hear me out. I've been listening to you guys. Okay?
I know. I understand.
Okay. So I'm trying to listen to both sides of the
I completely understand.
So now what I'm here to do is not to make things worse.
Right.
So I understand the frustration that's going on between you guys. They're looking to trespass you guys, which I don't want. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I don't want that to happen.
That's not a problem. I would have gladly stopped at the office when I was there for
Understood.
15 minutes and they didn't say anything till I came up on them. So
I know you either gonna care or not care.
No, I completely care.
So to me, it's like I'm just giving you guys a heads up. Okay, of what's gonna happen if this continues.
Right.
Right.
But
So,
you guys understand that even as police officers, you guys are also liable, and that's in the liable paper.
Documenting the whole situation, yes. Okay.
Well, they must provide a warrant. That's the problem.
There's a court order for it.
But there needs to be a warrant because it's a federal level. It's not state.
The judge granted that order.
Based on knowingly false information.
So that's the thing. That's where you guys got to go to court.
We went to court. Our date is on Tuesday.
Now you got to bring this up.
No, the point is that what they're doing is
because on the letter
they made it fast so that way they can't go to court on Tuesday.
It sounds like you guys were aware of it, aware of this, what's happening right now.
And they kept pushing it off, and then having more and more court
so
dates.
That's something you got to bring up to the judge.
We did. The judge brought up the TRO, and he dismissed it and
everything's
everything.
On hearsay when you're telling me they did this.
I showed you the documented proof, and they have that.
So
and he acknowledged that he's had that proof for a long time.
And that's the thing. So they're from the state.
And this is Constitution.
They're bringing the court order here stating.
We brought the court order first ourselves this morning and told them they needed a warrant.
And it says on there, oh, you know that letter you wrote?
Mm-hmm.
With the photo?
Yeah.
So,
it says on there.
I'm sorry, who is this? Everybody's got, especially her. Yeah.
Yeah, because she was abused, reported, and now we're getting dogged out.
Understood. I'm not pointing fingers at nobody.
We've been cleared.
I'm here to tell you the circumstances if this continues. See what I'm saying?
But if we allow our children to leave, then we're liable as well.
But then you gotta go to court. That's the process. See what I'm saying? You guys just gotta go through the process. As of right now, everyone's hands are tied.
That's what everybody keeps telling us, but they're not.
No, but we gotta do our jobs as well.
And they have mandated report and they're withholding information.
You see what I'm saying? She's being disorderly.
She's not being disorderly.
It's frustration. It's frustration, but she's standing right in front of a car.
Yes, the car that is trying to legally kidnap her children.
We're going in a circle, man.
I understand.
I'm hearing you out. I really do. I hope you hear me out.
I am, but it's our constitutional right. And if we don't have that, then what do we have?
See, that's the thing. Now we're being general again. We're talking about this situation.
We're talking about doing the right thing legally.
We're talking about what's already happened. What's happening right now.
What's happening right now is us stopping illegal orders the way that we're supposed to, per law.
It was granted by the judge, correct? Was it granted by the judge? Just be straight up honest. Easy question. Was it granted by the judge?
There was an erroneous court order that was granted by the judge that was proven false in California and Hawaii.
Yes. Okay, so now,
but a judge does not overrule law.
Now we gotta do our steps as officers.
You're following orders, I understand, sir.
Okay, so,
but it doesn't mean you're not liable.
Then that's what we gotta go to court. You see what
I'm going to court, yes, most definitely. But their court date is on Tuesday, and they have the Fourth Amendment right to due process. It's Thursday. They have 5 days. They did this on purpose. We put a motion in on Friday, our attorney, based on that.
So what's your concern?
Our concern is that they're flying our children to California with an abuser and people that they don't know who they're testifying against.
That's the thing. Like I said, I don't know what happened prior to this.
You don't have to know, but it's documented. They know.
I kind of do because you're bringing it up to me.
Because, okay, yes, that's what I'm saying. I proved that the things in the order were false. That's per law.
So that's off the court. That's off court. That's all things you got to bring to court.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, but they need a warrant still to execute those orders because, especially with them being illegal and proven illegal.
Court order.
If it's not legal, it's not legal.
By a judge.
A judge does not trump law.
You see what I'm saying? I understand your frustration and concern, right? But now there's a process because everything's done.
The process is not to waste our children's time and their trauma.
We're going in circles.
They're severely disabled children who were abused.
Okay, like I said, I don't know the situation that happened prior to this. All I'm talking about is what's going on today. We got to move forward.
Yes, okay. Like letting us go to our court date due process on Tuesday, right? With our children.
Right.
With our children.
So, like I said, if you want to go in this circle, that's fine, but I'm gonna step away, okay? And I'm just telling you, if maybe it's easier said than done. If you can calm her down, I don't want you guys trespassing me. Okay?
We are calm. She's not yelling or anything.
She's
She's in front of a car protecting her children.
Okay.
I don't understand. She's not yelling. She's not hurting anybody. She's not doing anything. She's standing in front of a vehicle protecting her children as per law. Everybody wants to act like. My girlfriend's going live too. You know, teachers are flabbergasted. They don't know what to do. Social workers, school officials, police. They don't want to be on camera. They can be recorded. I can't use it maybe in court if they say so, but I can use my audio, and that is legal in Hawaii state. If I am involved, or one of the parties involved gives consent. So technically, I'm slightly on school property, but not on school property. They want me to calm her down. They're saying that she is being erratic. She's standing up. She needs to calm down, apparently. She's very big. It's unconstitutional. This is not okay. Look, they can't even let him sit in the car because he cannot. They don't know what they're going to do with this. They want to turn their faces and turn their backs, but they took an oath to be a civil servant who protects the well-being, health, and safety of children. He loves his teacher. He loves his aide. He is happy. He is learning. He is starting to try so hard at communication. And they want to rip him out of his home and confuse him. Send him somewhere where he doesn't even have a home to live in. And he has no services set up for him and his weight. But we're being asked for child support dating back to the day that he got his default order because they refused to allow her to appear by phone. And it's documented. Everybody knows it too. And like I said, I brought the documentation that was already proven in court. That was based knowingly false information. They want to trespass us. They placed the children in my home December 18 as their foster caregiver. My licensing packet was not sent to licensing team until 6 weeks later. Per law, it's 3 days. That was Bryant Janicki and Pua Lee, the social worker manager. Then they kept us from payment and cut off our children's medical. They cut off their part of the food stamps. And they cut off part of the cash aid that was for the children, their needs. We had to restart everything because they didn't take the initiative to, because they never put the licensing paperwork in. That is also documented. They have withheld this last month's foster board because they don't want to pay us for putting us in this situation. They just wanted to cut us off from everything, so they can say that we can't take care of the children. But that's been handled. The children are always taken care of. There is never a moment where they don't have what they need. We have 7 children altogether. They are all disabled. 7 children. The oldest 3 have autism. The second oldest is Azriel, who you saw. He's nonverbal, deemed violent, and a bolter. He has PTSD. The oldest at Nanakuli High, they have the cop cars up there, but we have some community members up there protecting the rights of our oldest son who just got out of the hospital. He was in the hospital for over a month in ICU. They put him in foster care while he was still in the hospital. He came home. He was also re-hospitalized again a week ago. And we were not able to come pick him up, even though we were told we were supposed to be able to. And they left him in there overnight while he was calling and requesting to come home an hour away in Honolulu from Waianae, where we live. The middle child, who is the witness, and the testifying daughter, who's reported repeatedly and not had a mandate report done for her. She has adjustment disorder and emotional irregulation and PTSD. And this is documented through their therapist, who DHS was supposed to get those records because they believe that they did not have to mandate report because CPS was supposed to take those reports from them. Another cop car pulled up. The two youngest have ADHD and PTSD. They also receive therapy at school, in home, and in the office. We have an autism specialist team here in Hawaii for Kaiser. We're actually some of their first members and are going to be doing a group around us. And they are not for this illegal overtaking either. A new cop has pulled up. They're trying to show them. They said they're going to go off the orders. I gave them the orders. I told them exactly where it was right and where it was wrong. I showed them the live feed, the exact documents as well. And that's just the beginning of it, of that last order. That has nothing to do with the prior things before that. We actually have proof that we proven it was wrong in court. And they're still moving forward with the legal orders because a judge trumps the law, and federal is supposed to trump state, yet they don't believe. They did not have a warrant. They refused to brandish a warrant. They refused to speak about the warrant. They refused to speak on the federal constitution. Everybody is aware of their liabilities. Our due process is on Tuesday. And we also have another case to actually fight for the jurisdiction the day after, on the 21st. But they decided they wanted to get rid of them to clean their hands before that court date. And I wanted it quiet so that they would not be liable. They chose this position. They made their choices. Are we talking on a real legal level, though? Because I don't like the off the books, this is what's supposed to happen because they say they are who they are.
The court order is a court order, so that's a copy of it right now. The original is coming right now. It should be here any minute. So,
but it's based off of this order.
But as of now,
and they don't have a certified copy of a serve test, so it's still illegal.
I believe you have the right to be abused, and I've been completely honest with you. Okay, so at this point right now, kids are going to. Okay, and it's by the court order.
They need a warrant.
Well, that's like I said, a court order basically solidifies us.
And individual cannot overstep the law.
Man, the judge wrote that quote.
And it was with knowingly false information. And everybody else who knew it was false and sat there and brought it up in court one day and came back to court and didn't speak about it because they had the findings that it was false.
So that's the thing. That was, like I said,
and we brought it up, and now they're rushing the kids out.
I don't know what happened. Okay.
I understand.
But you're telling me they have to charge you.
Because it's in the law that what they're doing is illegal because they did not mandate report. They didn't follow through procedure. This is a means to an end for them because they got to skip procedure and come here and tell you guys.
Well, that court, like I said, we don't find procedure. So at this point, like I said, I'll be honest with you, the kids are going to go. What you process.
We don't know what the court is. And CPS knows, and they're withholding information.
So maybe you can call, maybe you can find out.
No.
I can find out for you.
If you can try, please, because we asked them. We also filed. Multiple people have went in California to get the case, and they have not given it to them.
Okay, so you need to know where the court's going to be at?
I need to know what the judge is, the county, and what court that they're talking to. They no, it's not, and it's supposed to be. And that's what we're saying. They're rushing to do this illegally because our court date is on Tuesday, where they have to present that.
So can you agree with me that your girlfriend is civil?
No, because I can't. She's protecting her
I
children.
understand. Okay, so at this point,
But she's not being violent. She's not trying to do anything like that.
They got a job to do. We got a job to do.
And we have a job to do.
If she's going to hinder that from us doing our job, we're going to have to arrest her.
But you don't have a warrant, and so you're impeding an investigation with that. She's not being disorderly.
Standing in front of a state vehicle.
Who is illegally trying to take your children against federal law.
Are we going to progress or not?
I'm telling to you the legal laws, and that you're supposed to be helping
Would you
us.
rather my sergeant tell you?
It doesn't matter who tells me.
Okay.
I need you guys are supposed to be on our side until it gets figured out on Tuesday.
I'm not here to take sides.
It's about being legal and right.
Right, and
there's no warrant. It's a legal document that's proven on false information. Yes.
Do you know what that means? I'm sure you do.
Do you know what civil rights? Do you understand civil rights?
Of course.
Then how would you understand that this is breaking the Fourth Amendment, the 14th Amendment,
all of this,
and the Fifth Amendment?
All of this led up to whatever led up prior to all of this incident today.
Yeah, them going to court and having to prove themselves, and they want to ship them out so they don't have to. You weren't, but I showed you that they have the proof of it.
So we have a court order stating the kids gotta go.
And I have information that they all legally have to stop it.
That's not your job. Your job
Yes, it
is to serve.
You're on a state property.
To serve the people. It's your job, sir.
And we are serving the people. And you're getting in the way of it.
No, I'm getting in the way of
This is not a federal issue.
It is. They have to have a warrant.
I have 6 disabled children.
It's illegal.
How do you know they're gonna go?
They have the
get in
legal
way of that.
documents.
You're obstructing and you're gonna get arrested.
Anybody not helping is liable for obstructing their justice.
So I'm just letting you know. You can say whatever you want.
As per you, sir. And that's why I want the people, federal law, and amendments that are covered
I have it.
and the liability that you are under when you address our case. So I've provided this legal paperwork, and all I want is my warrant. That's the legal way you guys can take it.
They have to have the
We
warrant.
have the legal
And
documentation proving it.
this part
That
right
we
here.
have fought legally.
So this is exactly what we're talking about. They know this. The court, California proved it. They proved it just the other month, but then they started not talking about it, trying to rush them off. This order was made on June 12th, 2017. It says,
These aren't even official court documents.
no, this is official court documents. Yes, this is. And these are,
Not these.
no,
What is that?
this is
That's
case
just
law.
copies.
This is all we were given. That's the problem. That we were supposed to be given certified. They didn't do that, and they knew that.
If you have something that
This is court
refutes
dockets. This
state
is
law, then you can show that. But I mean, even then, they have the proper documentation to.
they
take
don't
custody of
have
the
seizure.
children.
They don't have a warrant for seizure, and this has been proven wrong, and they know that it's wrong, and they're operating on false orders because they don't want to get in trouble because they took jurisdiction in the first place without reading the case. So that's what happened. So if that was made on
You're
this
gonna have
day.
to take that to court and sue them about
No,
it.
but here's the problem. On Friday, our attorney put in a motion because they were supposed to do mandated reporting, and they refused to do mandated reporting.
And where's the documentation?
And that's a problem.
Okay,
We were
then.
supposed to give them the copy, but here's the thing. They were trying to
If you
get
don't have that documentation now, then we can't
They have the
use that.
documentation.
Who?
The workers.
CPS trying to
What
take my
worker?
children.
The social worker.
6 to 7
Yeah.
That's our
children.
specific
That's
social
for them
worker.
to take custody of the
They
kid.
have a
Yeah, but he doesn't
with
have
no
the
warrant.
documentation
They're
about the
saying
motion
that
that
their
he's supposed
order,
to also
their
have.
judgment, their illegal
Their
judgment.
court date is on
That's the
Tuesday.
regular. That's the normal, proper paperwork that we
They need
accept to take custody.
They need a warrant that's not based off of illegal orders that they know is legal, proven in their court as well. And they don't have a warrant and they don't have proof for that, and they're trying to send them away before the children get the court date on Tuesday.
We don't ever wait for a warrant to take custody of children.
That's seizure, Fourth Amendment. You must possess a warrant. So
They have
Fourth
proper
Amendment.
documentation to take the kid.
Do I?
No, they do.
They have illegal orders based on false information that they knowingly are going
That's something
by.
you gotta take up in court later when you get a court date.
We have a court date on Tuesday. They're trying to undercut us. They called us yesterday and said, "Oh, we're going to take the kids tomorrow," and the court's on Tuesday. That's undercutting their
All
due
we can
process,
do
Fourth
is
Amendment as
support
well.
Whoever has the proper documentation at the time,
I have the proper documentation right here. They know it. They just approved it.
right?
This is copies of the. This is what they gave us. That's what we're saying. She was never served. This is what their people will give us. The investigator in California and then them. They gave us this. They said these are the orders that we have right here. So we made copies and told them exactly where it was erroneous. The TRO that he said he had, and that he could have certified copy receipt. I have right here that was dropped a month before he went to that case. Then he said his court case got dismissed. June 12th, his court case did not get dismissed, and they have this information until July 10th, a whole month later. This whole thing he obtained illegal based on this, and the judge even put it in here. And
Well, if the court approved of it already, then that's what we're gonna do.
no, but they didn't look through the case. They
You're gonna have to
denied.
follow up and go to court and get the documentation that gives the kids back to you.
That's the problem. We have the safe home report, and he's supposed to be investigating over there, and they're not investigating because they're not mandated reporting. They're refusing to, and that's why our attorney put in
I
the
don't know what to
motion,
tell you if
and they
they're
decided to
refusing.
come grab the kids. Well, the
The
proper
court order
thing,
here says that they can take the kids. They're taking custody of the kids.
but due to it being civil rights law, they have to have a warrant for seizure. They do.
You
They
never
have to have
do
a warrant.
have-
It says United States, and that is the federal law. I'm sorry?
What says United States?
We are in the United States. That is federal law. Mandated reporting is also federal law.
It shows
Surgery reporting is federal law.
federal documentation that says that they cannot.
I just showed you. I even showed you case
That's
law.
not documentation. That's just a copy of whatever law you're citing.
So you don't know your amendments or your rights?
I do, but we follow state law in city and county unless you have federal documentation that says they cannot.
The case is the UCCJEA case. It is a federal case.
No, I'm saying a court order that says that you cannot take these specific children.
We have a court date that says we're fighting for jurisdiction on
Once those-
Wednesday in
once
the
that
federal court.
Hearing
And
happens.
they're part of it.
Some kind of documentation that this child has to go back to you folks. Then they're going to get returned.
No, they're
Yeah,
going to
but-
be putting them in foster care in California. They already told us that. They told us that. And it's in our safe home report, which I also have a copy of. So that's
I don't know what to tell you right now.
the problem is we need a warrant, and that's
You don't need
where
a
it is.
warrant. You
I
don't
do
need a
need a
warrant. You don't
warrant.
need a warrant to take the kid.
It is a seizure. They must provide a warrant, especially if they're doing off false information. They're not mandated reporting, and our case is being moved illegally in California. They know where the case information is, and they won't give it to us,
Sorry, but
which
they
is
have the
impeding their
proper
investigation.
documentation. They need to get this done now. So unless you can show some other documentation, they're going to take it. You can fight it in court later, and they'll be returned back to you at that time.
Are they going to be alive? Are they going to be beaten? Are they going to be whatever because
They
they're
should be.
told?
There's nothing that tells us that they're not going to be.
There's everything telling them that they most likely are. They reported themselves, and
They're in
people
good
are.
condition. There's nothing that tells us that they're not going to be alive. I don't know what else to tell you. You cannot wait for something that might happen
No,
just because you're seeing it might happen.
no, we're waiting for due process, our fair chance, 5 days away, that they're
You have
supposed to
enough
allow.
let them take custody of the kids. That's all I can say.
Well, then you guys are liable too.
Yes, we are. But we're basing it on the documentation they have.
And I had the same
That's all
exact
we
documentation and the proof against it.
You have no government.
That is all
paperwork.
case. I have case doc. That
We're talking
is.
about case law. We're talking about.
I'm not talking about case
these
law.
Specific children.
These are specific orders. This is a docket report from Solano County itself, the actual county. This is what I was saying.
And
It proves this wrong. So they said that
what says that they cannot take that children?
the part that says our Fourth Amendment, if they do not investigate properly before giving children, taking children.
To this case, though.
It is specific to this case. Our attorney already put that in.
Does that have the children's name on it?
This?
Whatever you're citing.
No. It doesn't have the children's name. It's a law. What? So, the sergeant says that he has to go by state law and that my paperwork is inefficient because they want us to go retrieve them. Anaya, the youngest daughter, has ADHD and PTSD and emotional dysregulation. She did not speak until she was 3 years old. She would throw feces at her father and cry and scream, and was told by Donzel that she just didn't like him. And he didn't like her because of it. Azrael, as an infant, was obviously uncontainable and was beaten because he thought it was a disciplinary issue. Devraj is the baby, he's the favorite, but when the restraining order in family court got dropped last year, instead of going to see Devraj on his birthday that day, he went to the middle school to probe Josiah, the oldest, about what was happening in the house, while he put in more false documents and tried to make more false cases, mostly against me, so that she would have no kind of help.